Welcome back, everyone. Community involvement is important to the folks at Bayport Credit Union. They are a big part of the Peninsula Walk to End Alzheimer's, and that is why today's guest has a very incredible story. Joining us now is Rona Altschuler. She's a longtime volunteer and chairperson of the Peninsula Walk, of the Walk to End Alzheimer's, but she took it a step further this year when she set off on a cross-country ride called Rona's Ride for Memories and Alzheimer's. You are like Woman of the Year.
Nah, I don't know about that. I can pedal now.
Well, tell me, how did you decide that you wanted to do this journey?
It was completely by chance. I was flying home from Maine in August, sat next to a guy that had done it, and all I said to him was, gee, that sounds like fun. And that'd be a cool thing to do. And I came home, and, well, he got off the plane, and he said, well, you should do it. You should do it. And so I came home, went on the internet, and found a group to do it. I had to do it in the pre-walk season, and I was called Women Tours out of Rochester, New York. I was on a waiting list for 2.5 months and got the call October 22nd and realized I didn't even have a bike because I really wasn't a bike rider.
Right.
And so I quickly bought a bike that day and started biking November 1st.
So where did you start? And we're seeing pictures, obviously, of your riding, your journey. Where did you start and where did you end up? And how long did it take you?
We started in San Diego, California on March 7th. We pedaled to the Pacific, dipped our back tire in the Pacific Ocean, and went the southern tier through Arizona, New Mexico, a lot of Texas. It was 3 weeks riding through Texas.
Yeah, that's a big state.
Yes, it is a very big state. Celebrated in Louisiana and Mississippi, a small part of Alabama, and then about 10 days in Florida. And we ended in St. Augustine in the Atlantic and dipped the front tire in the Atlantic Ocean on May 1st.
And this is all, one, because you said you wanted to do this, but again, to raise awareness.
Yeah.
And you have a very personal story behind this walk. Tell me about that.
I mean, the idea to do it was great, but I couldn't just do it without a purpose. And so for me, to bring awareness from coast to coast about Alzheimer's disease and get it out of the closet, and to honor my mom, she died, it was 3 years on the ride on April 22nd. Just seemed like, it just felt right. It felt like the right thing to do. And I knew from the beginning, getting on the waiting list, I just knew I was going to get in. I knew it. So to honor her and everybody else who's suffering and will be suffering with this disease that right now has no hope and no cure, was the driving force for me to do this and to complete it. And it kept me going on some of the mountains. I've never climbed a mountain in my life. I live in Newport News, and I went over the overpasses. That was my training, going over Bland Boulevard. But I never really struggled. It felt right, and I was inspired by the support back home. The Alzheimer's Association was amazing. My friends and family that followed me on this social network kept me going. And remembering my mom and the many other people, and I got to meet people all the way across the country with a story very similar to my story, and that was part of the big picture of what I wanted to do. And I did raise over $12,000 and for the cause. And it was so many facets to me, but meeting people, even ladies that I was riding with, had stories. And the people I met by chance along the way, I met a lady standing in a mini mart in a gas station getting a snack, and they would ask questions, what are you doing? And I said, well, we're riding across America. And they asked a lot of times, was it for a cause? And I was one of only 3 that were doing it for a charity. And I said Alzheimer's, and she immediately started to cry because she had lost her father-in-law to Alzheimer's.
See, you were meant to be there. And I know you brought some friends with you in the audience. Of course, the walk, every year that you guys do it on the peninsula, folks can make a donation. And, of course, Bayport Credit Union always.
A regional sponsor once again.
Big involvement. So stop by any of the Bayport Credit Union locations across the Hampton Roads area. You can go to the website, bayportcu.org. And, of course, on our website, we'll have information, again, the date on the walk this year and donation website.
The Peninsula Walk, which I chair, is October 18th in Port Wark, Newport News.
Sounds good.
So please go to a walk. Be a part of making a difference, because if we don't, who will?
Rona, thanks so much. You're our hero.
Thank you so much.